What's going on, guys? SmallGuard here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my brand new 12 legend badge point guard build. Now, as you guys may know, I do make a ton of different point guard builds, and this brand new 6-1 is going to be my favorite by far. Now, I know a lot of people really do think that small guards have no defense even if you put defense on the build, but right here I'm going to go and show you a couple clips of me getting some blocks even in the paint. So with the defense I do have on this build is going to be perfect, and everything else is going to be great on the build, because when you're done making the build is going to say you have no weaknesses. So make sure you go in and watch the entire video to see where I put my cap breakers and what build specialization I use. Let's go ahead and get 1500 likes on the video if you guys want to see my brand new sigs and a brand new dribble tutorial. If you're new, go ahead and hit that sub button, hit that like button, and turn on post notifications. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's get right into it. Now, right here, getting into my brand new 6'1 point guard build. You're gonna go position point guard, height 6'1, weight 184, and wingspan 6'2. Now let's go ahead and get to breaking down my brand new build. For my finishing, you want to go with a 69 close shot, a 75 driving layup, a 75 driving dunk, a 25 standing dunk, and a 31 post control. Now, usually on my point guard builds, I would always tell you to use cap breakers on your dunk, but with this 6'1, we're gonna leave it at a 75 driving dunk, because let's say, for example, I go ahead and use 3 cap breakers on my dunk to move it from a 75 up to an 88. Even with us having that 88 driving dunk, our vertical is going to be way too low at a 61. So we're not going to get posterizer on silver or any of the good contact dunks. And if we stay with that 75 dunk, we're going to unlock Devin Booker's dunk package, and we're going to unlock flashy hangs off 1. And these are going to be by far the 2 safest dunk packages in NBA 2K26. Now, moving on to my shooting, you want to go with an 84 mid-range, a 94 3-pointer, and a 69 free throw. Whenever I'm breaking down any of my point guard builds and you see that 94 3-pointer, you should automatically know that we're going to go ahead and use 5 cap breakers to move our 3-pointer from a 94 up to a 99 3-pointer. And with the 99 3-pointer, we're going to get all our shooting badges on legend. Now, moving on to our playmaking, you want to go with a 91 pass accuracy, a 90 ball handle, and a 91 speed with ball. And whenever you make a 99 3-pointer build, you always want to go with your playmaking specialization, because if you do go ahead and choose your shooting build specialization, it's going to be very pointless, because with that 99 3-pointer, you're going to get all your shooting badges on legend, and you're not going to be able to use any of your shooting max +1s and max +2s. And that's why we're going to be choosing our playmaking specialization. Now, with our 91 pass accuracy, we're going to get all our playmaking badges on gold, and we're going to get bailout on silver, but we're going to go ahead and use our regular tier 2 max +2 to move our dimer from gold up to legend. Now, coming down here to my 90 ball handle, as you guys may know already, we're going to need that 92 ball handle in order to unlock every good dribble move on a small point guard. So we're going to go ahead and use 2 regular cap breakers to move it from a 90 up to a 92 ball handle. And with my 91 speed with ball, we're going to get lightning launch on Hall of Fame, but we're now going to use our regular tier 1 max +1 to move our lightning launch from Hall of Fame up to legend. Now, staying here on our playmaking stats, I'm now going to break down where to use your max +1 and your max +2 and your 2 cap breakers that you get from your playmaking build specialization. And I'm going to break down 3 different options that you could use your cap breakers on. Then I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the option that I picked. Now, for option number 1, we're going to be looking at our pass accuracy. With our 91 pass accuracy, like I mentioned before, we're going to get all our playmaking badges on gold. And like I said before, we're going to use our tier 2 max +2 to move our dimer up to legend. But now we're going to use 2 cap breakers that we get from our playmaking specialization to move our pass accuracy up from a 91 up to a 93. And we're going to use 1 more regular cap breaker to move it up to a 94. And once you go ahead and do that, your dimer can be on Hall of Fame, break starter on Hall of Fame as well, and your bailout and versatile visionary are going to be on gold as well. Now, for option number 2, which is the option I'm going to be doing, I already broke down how we're going to have a 92 ball handle by using 2 regular cap breakers. But now if we go ahead and use our 2 cap breakers that we get from our playmaking specialization and 1 more regular cap breaker, we're going to move our ball handle from a 92 up to a 95. And with the 95 ball handle, we're going to get ankle assassin and handles for days on Hall of Fame. And for option number 3, with our 91 speed with ball, you can use 1 regular cap breaker and the other 2 cap breakers that we get from our playmaking specialization to move our speed with ball from a 91 up to a 94. And with the 94 speed with ball, we're going to unlock lightning launch on legend, and we're no longer going to have to use our tier 1 max +1 to move our lightning launch up to legend. That is now going to be an open badge max perk. Now, like I said, I'm going to be choosing option number 2 with that 95 ball handle. And now I'm going to break down where to use my max +1 and max +2 for my playmaking specialization. With my max +1, I'm going to use it on handles for days to move it from a Hall of Fame up to legend. And with my max +2, I'm either going to use it on versatile visionary to move it up to legend, or I can also use it on ankle assassin to move it up to legend. Now, right here, moving on to our defense, you want to go with a 49 interior, an 85 perimeter defense, a 94 steal, and a 57 block. Now, with my 85 perimeter defense, I'm gonna get challenger on silver, which is not bad at all, especially for a 6'1" point guard. But if we go and use 5 cap breakers on our perimeter defense to move it from an 85 up to a 92. With the 92 perimeter defense, we're gonna get challenger on gold. And then we can use our tier 1 max +2 to move our challenger from gold up to legend. Now coming down here to my 94 steal, we're gonna get glove on gold and interceptor on Hall of Fame. But the only reason we do have a high steal is so we can get interceptor on Hall of Fame. But interceptor being on Hall of Fame isn't bad at all. But we can actually use our crew tier 1 max +1 to move our interceptor from Hall of Fame up to legend. And to go ahead and finish off the build, you want to go with a 91 speed and 80 agility, a 44 strength, and a 61 vertical. And right here when you're done making the build, we're gonna get shades of Kirk Heinrich, John Stockton, and Baron Davis. The build name is going to come out to be a two-way 3-point playmaker. As you can see, we're going to have no big weaknesses to report. Now right here, I'm going to be showing you guys where to put all your max +1s and max +2s. Right now, I'm only going to have 8 legend badges, but once I do get my playmaking specialization done and I do unlock that crew tier 1 max +1, we're going to have 11 legend badges. And once we do get our 87 perimeter defense or higher, we're going to get off-ball pest on legend as well, which is going to give us 12. And I'm going to go ahead and briefly break down once again where I'm going to put everything. So when we do get our playmaking specialization done, like I said when breaking down the build, I'm going with option number 2. That means I'm going to get handles for days on Hall of Fame and ankle assassin on gold. So then we're going to move our legend handles for days from our tier 1 max +2 down to our max +1 in our playmaking specialization. And with our max +2 from our playmaking specialization, we're going to use it on versatile visionary to move it from gold up to legend. Now we're going to have our tier 1 max +2 wide open. And once you do get enough cap breakers to move your perimeter defense from an 85 up to a 92. With the 92 perimeter defense, we're going to get challenger on gold. Then we're going to use that open spot with our tier 1 max +2 to move it up to legend. Right now we're going to have our Hall of Fame interceptor on takeover surge. So when we do get to level 5 in our takeover, we're going to get interceptor on legend. But we're not actually going to have interceptor on legend. But we are going to get it on legend if we use our crew tier 1 max +1. Move it from Hall of Fame up to legend. And finally with our tier 2 max +1, off-ball pest is only going to be on Hall of Fame right now. But all we're going to need is our perimeter defense to be an 87+ to go ahead and get off-ball pest on Hall of Fame. And then when we do use our tier 1 max +1, it will be on legend. That is how we're going to get 12 legend badges on this build. And right here, if you only have 7 cap breakers like me, you're still going to be able to get a 99 3-pointer and that 92 ball handle. And then later on, once you do get more cap breakers, you can then move your perimeter defense from an 85 up to a 92, and then your ball handle from a 92 up to a 95 with your playmaking specialization cap breakers, and also using 1 regular cap breaker. Now right here, this is going to be the main jump shot I'm using on this build. You want to go Miles McBride, Derek White, and Colin Sexton. For my jump shot blending, you want to go 36% Derek White and 64% Colin Sexton. You're going to go max speed, and for my visual cue, you want to go 3 ticks right behind push. For the motion style I've been using on this build, it's going to be Jordan Hawkins. And since we do have a 91 pass accuracy, I'm going to be using Tyrese Halliburton's pass style. But you can also go ahead and use none. And if you guys want my brand new sigs, let's go ahead and get 1,500 likes on the video.